good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to the second part of today's program. We had earlier discussed about Peter Obi leaving the PDP. Now we are moving on to the APC primaries that happened all over Nigeria yesterday. So we realized that the APC adopted, the indirect primary system. And we realized that the same old politicians actually emerged, as candidates. Okay, in you see at the end of the APC's primaries. So for us, we want to discuss this. Is the indirect system better suited for us in Nigeria? Because I watched, former President Ebele Goodluck Jonathan, talking about this. And he made mention of something that caught my attention. That can you imagine, 4 people vying for a post, and then only 6 delegates are deciding the future or their fate, and these 6 delegates are representing thousands of people. And Jude mentioned something earlier that one of the reasons that rumor has it that one of the reasons that Peter Obi decided to leave was because the delegates were asking for $20,000 each. Tony, over to you. APC's primary took place yesterday, and we realized that indirect system, few delegates deciding the fate of millions of Nigerians. Over to you, Tony.
This is never a good method to use. For those who have been listening to so many of our episodes, we keep on saying Nigeria belongs to some people, and these are the methods they usually make sure that they are planned for. The future of Nigeria usually are dictated by them. You cannot use this indirect delegate voting system because this is where corruption, bribing of these delegates comes so high. Like we said in the first episode here, some of the delegates are asking for up to $20,000 to be able to vote. Now, these people are not representing the masses. They are representing themselves. Now, they know the people they are asking for this money. They are part of the system, and they know probably the amount of money they must have stolen from the system. Because a typical Nigerian cannot afford to pay this high to delegates. Now, these people are the one making the life and the economy and the future of Nigeria in jeopardy. You bring in these people where we are not really representing the people, and you pay this high amount of money to make them vote for you. When these people get into office, who's going to pay back this money?
Yeah.
This is where most contracts are always abandoned in Nigeria, because they will tell you openly, I'm going to get back the money I spent for this election. Now, is it a problem that you decide to bribe people to get this post? You did it because you know how to reap the money. Now, this group go about giving people bags of rice, some amount of money. This, in so many countries, amount to a criminal offense. You are inducing voters to do things against their will. This voting system If it is not taken care of by the National Assembly, we are going nowhere. We are just recycling our problem, and we are going to get into worse problem because this thing has been happening. And the senators who are equally involved in this thing, they don't pay attention. They are not doing anything because it benefits them. Without this system, they cannot be in the office. We have been clamoring for direct primaries. Let the masses, these people are representing, come out and decide who's going to represent them. But where you select very few people, sometimes these things are made all the way from Abuja, and then the power and godfathers, they criminalize a lot of things that people need to go for jail, but it becomes the order of the day. Few people cannot represent Nigeria. Because if we allow this thing to continue, nobody will see the actual problem we have at the grassroots. The grassroots people should stand up. They should avoid this collecting, selling their birthright because of hunger or whatever. They need to stand up, kick against this thing. All of us heard the former president Jonathan giving us an example of what has even happened in his own local world. You see, the people who know what is going on, they are not happy with this. But to a common man in Nigeria, if you cannot change the system, they join them.
They join them.
It's a sad story.
Thank you, Tony. It is a sad story. And I have to be honest with you, I have been down since the news started filtering through about the results. The news of the results, started filtering through to me. And I realized that this is the same story. And we kept talking about, 2023 will be different. 2023 will be.
Yeah. Maybe Jude want to make some comment.
Yes. And we keep talking about it. We keep talking about 2023. Can we now talk about 2023 now? Because it is so obvious that nothing is going to be different.
Yeah.
Jude, over to you.
Sure, not is going to be different, Tokole. It's not going to be different because we are still recycling. You see, you have delegates, PDP have delegates, APC have delegates. All delegates demand money. You see, it's like group of people here. Delegates are the people who are voted in by some group of people who elected them, and they're going to vote in the
not voted in, selected.
Selected. No, I had another one. There's a rumor I heard that before you become a delegate, they are going to bring some few people who's going to campaign in that party for being a delegate, and people will vote we vote and select people they want to be delegates.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
It should be.
But what is happening is that the people, the rich people,
they sponsor
are just writing names.
Yeah, they sponsor
they will
it.
just write it. They are cronies. These are the people that will become delegates.
Delegates. And that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
And now, when these people come in there, this is time for them to make. You see, that's Nigerian problem. This is time for these delegates to make money because they know that after this election, for the next 4 years, nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening.
So they're gonna press for bring on. It's like gamble. Okay, if you want me to vote for you, give me 20K, give me 30K. You start negotiating. And from what I heard, this guy Peter B could not stand it anymore. This guy is trying to see how Nigeria can change, but the same old system keep on coming. So he was frustrated. And from what I heard, I'm not saying that's I'm not saying that's the real story.
Honestly, I'm not sure about the story. The story of the $20,000 per delegate.
Yeah.
I just mentioned it because you mentioned it, and we cannot discount it. Because
but
this is something is happening.
I have two people who are in the forefront who told me this. Okay. We argued it and we analyze it. Then I bring it to the floor. So these guys are about 4,000. So look at an aspirant paying 20. Let's assume it's 15K for 4,000 people. Just for primaries. He's not even sure he's going to win. After this, he has paid that money and he is nominated. He's going to do campaigns. He has to do that and that. Look at the amount of money this guy is going to spend before becoming the president. So how do you think corruption will stop in Nigeria? It cannot stop.
Hmm.
It's just a cycle.
Hmm.
And that's what Jonathan is trying to say in a way. But Jonathan was there in his time. He didn't stop it in his time. So I wonder what he's talking about. Is it because it's no longer there? We need to be honest with ourselves, Nigerians. You can't just say because I'm not okay. You want to criticize what's going on, but you were there. You have the right to stop it when you were there. You did nothing.
Hmm.
This is why I was actually very angry with Jonathan. Jonathan has the right to do a lot of things when he was in office for 6 years. He did nothing. He was just there sleeping. People were siphoning money left and right. Money was missing everywhere. You see the case of where people are buying this thing all happened in Jonathan time. Why is he coming out to come and educate us? He didn't do it. So Peter Obi is the kind of people who are looking at this and I say, okay, no, this is too much. I think, well, I don't know what is in his mind, but I think he's running through one direction. And that's why I said we have to see his character. And this, what you say, indirect primaries should be tackled at this time. The government have to look into it. Like Tony said, the things involved is too much. Let's look at it, chat about it, and let us see how we can move to the normal system where everybody can come out and share his opinion. Thank you, Kule.
All right. You know that when Jonathan was talking, okay, he said that the president was right in this case. He was apportioning the blame to the NAS members, to the National Assembly members. Yeah. So for me, I know that he's trying to do, not to offend, to rock the boat, because he has his ambitions as well. And I know from what you said, okay, the rumor I heard was that the delegates were stacked against Peter Obi. That because of that, he knew that there was no way he would emerge, with the current arrangement, with the process, because I listened to him, he complained about the process. So he knew that, no, there was no way for me to emerge here, because the process is already started, maybe to favor other aspirants. So he decided to take for me, it was a justifiable decision, okay? However, I understand and I reason with those people condemning him that he should have stayed for some time before leaving. Tony, you will close this section. Please kindly advise Nigerians on this, archaic, indirect delegate system. Thank you.
Fellow Nigerians, if you want to wish Nigeria well, you must be part of the changing agent. Because the problem we do have is that we want a lot of good things for Nigeria, but we are not willing to participate. The people at the grassroots who are determining the fate of Nigerians, some of them are hungry people. We are not condemning them because of the hardship in Nigeria. Some of them are market women. Some of them are mechanics, tailors. Because the educated one decided not to get involved, we handed our fate to the grassroots community group. Because of the scenario and the ungodly situation they find themselves, it's easy for them to take anything that comes their way. These politicians, they know to go to this group that whatever they want them to do, they're going to do it because they are hungry. No money. They are the group who had to stick their neck to take whatever decision. These politicians who are professional, who knows how to handle the system. It is advisable that if you really want a change in Nigeria, you need to get involved in politics. Be a member of a political party at the grassroots level. You need to have a voting card so that whatever is your wish, when there's an election, you need to go out there and vote person of your choice. Not just voting, but you need to stand and defend that vote. If we keep on sitting on the fence, we should not complain. We should follow the bandwagon and receive whatever punishment that comes along the way. But you want things to change, you will be part of this change process.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. I think you have actually ushered in the third part of today's program, where we'll be discussing whether it is right, whether it is advisable, whether it is justifiable for very few people, delegates, to decide the fate of our country. Thank you for joining me today. We have now concluded the second part. We will be back for the third part of today's program. Thanks, Jude Nwaokolo and Anthony Eze. Yeah, we will take a break now and we will come back for the third and closing part of today's episode.